Good morning, girls. I started the chapter yesterday, triangles, that is chapter number 6. And I told you in my yesterday's video what are congruent figures, what are similar figures, and what is the difference between congruent figures and the similar figures. Okay, now today I'm going to continue the chapter. First, I will tell you the important points which I've discussed yesterday. So, again, we are going to revise those and then coming to some small exercise questions, means fill in the blanks, and then I'm going to explain you one theorem. Okay, so like coming here now to check the important points, some important points before starting the theorem. It is given that the first one is the geometric figures having same shape and size are called dash figures, so they are congruent. So again, the geometric figures having same shape and size, shape as well as size, they are called congruent figures. Then the geometric figures having same shape but different sizes, they are called similar figures. You know that the difference between the congruent figures and similar figures are congruent figures will be superimposed and they will exactly cover each other, but similar figures will have same shape, not necessarily they have same size. And one more thing is there that when we write congruent, we write this is a symbol, and this is a symbol of similarity, right? Now, any two polygons which are similar to each other, they will have their corresponding angles equal, always equal, and their corresponding sides will be proportional, or we can say that they are in the same ratio. Okay, any two polygons will be similar when the corresponding angles will be equal and the sides will be proportional. Now, we can understand this by these two diagrams, two pentagons given over here, A, B, C, D, E, right, with the angles and the sides given, and here P, Q, R, S, T, sides and the angles are given. Now when we say that these two pentagons are similar, it means that their angles are equal, their corresponding angles are equal. Now what corresponding angles? Angle A will be equal to angle P, angle B will be equal to angle Q, right? Then angle C will be equal to angle R, then angle D equal to, it means this is a corresponding sign, and they are equal. So D will be equal to what? S, and E will be equal to angle T. Okay, so A corresponds to P, so A will be equal to P. Okay, so this way we can write. Now the second point says that the sides are proportional. That means AB upon PQ will be equal to BC upon QR. You can see that these are the corresponding sides. AB, PQ, BC with QR, then CD upon RS, okay, and DE upon ST, and the last one is EA upon TP or PT. So these are the five corresponding sides, means they are in the same ratio. 4 upon 6, you know that the sides are given 4 upon 6, 3 upon 4.5, then 4 upon 6, 3 upon 4.5, and 3.2 upon 4.8. So when we find the ratio of these, we get 0.6. That means they are same. Hence we can say that any two polygons, when they are similar, their angles are equal, their corresponding angles are equal, and the sides are proportional, or they are in the same ratio. Okay, so I hope you will remember these points. Now based on this, in the introduction, as I've discussed yesterday also, we can solve these questions. Fill in the blanks. All circles are dash. Now you have two options over here, either congruent or similar. So what will you write? All the circles are similar. They cannot be congruent. They will be congruent only when they have the same radii. Okay. All squares are again similar because they have the same shape. All dash triangles are similar. Now which triangles will be similar? Isosceles or equilateral? Obviously equilateral triangles. Then Two triangles are similar if their corresponding angles are dash. Now repeat. Two triangles are similar if their corresponding angles. Now just now I told you that when we were discussing these two, their corresponding angles are what? They will be equal. Next, the two triangles are similar if their corresponding sides are proportional. So these are very simple questions, but so don't get confused. Then all congruent figures are dash, they are similar, and but all similar figures are not congruent. You know that the congruent figures will be exactly same shape and size. Similar figures are the figures which have the same shape, not necessarily they have the same size, because if they will have the same size, they will become congruent. Okay. Now coming to the next part of the chapter, that is theorem 6.1. Now the first theorem is, it says that if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect other two sides in distinct points, then the other two sides are divided in the same ratio, or we can say that they are in the same proportion. They are in proportion. Now let's repeat. If a line is drawn parallel to one side, so let us see that a triangle is given ABC, or ABC is a triangle given. D and E are the two distinct points. D is lying on AB, E is lying on AC. Now D is parallel to BC. We have to prove that AD upon DB is equal to what? AE upon AC. Okay, this is what we have to prove. Now to complete the proof, we need some construction here. So what we'll do is, we are going to join BE and join CD. Okay, join BE and join CD, and draw perpendiculars D over here. Draw perpendiculars here, DM and EN. Okay, so two constructions we need here. Again, triangle ABC given, DE is parallel to BC. We have to prove that AD upon DB is equal to AE upon AC. They are in the same ratio. They are in proportion, or yeah, they are in proportion. Then the next thing is, what is the construction? Join B to E, C to D, and two perpendiculars DM and EN respectively, which I have shown here. Okay, now starting with the proof. Now as I told you what we have to prove, I can write it over here once again, that AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. Let's begin with the proof. Now triangle, this one ADE. When you talk about triangle ADE, it has if I take this as the base AE, then DM will be the height, and if I take AD as the base, then EN will be the height. So in both the cases we can write, okay, let's start triangle ADE. Now area of triangle ADE is equal to, you know, the formula is half into base into height. Now there are two options, or the two parts over here, so we can write half into AE into, when I take AE it will be the DM, then if I need this side AD, it will be EN. Now depending whichever we want, we can use it. Okay, now this is triangle ADE. Now triangle BDE. Okay, triangle BDE. In triangle BDE, now what is the area of triangle BDE? Check. Now BDE, this one, when I talk about BDE, BD will be the base and EN will be the height. Okay, this one BDE. So we will write area of triangle BDE is equal to half into base into height. then it will be half into BD into EN. Okay, this height lies outside the triangle. Okay, BDE, this is the height, this is the base, BD is the base. Now this is number 2. Here this is EN into AD, and this is any one of them, whatever we need, we can take this as 1. Okay, this also, this I take it as 2, and this I take it as 3. Now the other triangle which we will consider over here will be triangle. Just now we have taken BDE. Now we will take DEC. Okay, for DEC, EC will be the base and DM will be the height. Okay, so considering the next triangle, which one? DEC. Now area of triangle DEC, formula you know is same, half into base into height. It will be half into, what is the base? EC, into, what is the height? DM. Okay, so this I will take it as 4. So now we've got 4 equations over here, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we have to prove that, you know what we have to prove, that AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. So we will take the ratio of the two triangles. So let us proceed with area of triangle A, this one, area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle. Now which one? With ADE first I will take BDE. BDE. Now for ADE it will be half into it will be with BD, AD into EN. Yes, as I told you that whichever we need, we can take this point also and we can take this one also. So for the first part I will take half into AD into EN, and for triangle BDE, for triangle BDE, we know that it is half into BD into EN. Okay, so half into BD into EN. Okay, we will also see what we have to prove. Okay, so as we see over here that half and half will cancel, EN and EN will also cancel. So we will get area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle BDE will be equal to AD upon BD. This is 5th equation we can say. Okay, now area of triangle ADE, I will take the ratio of this triangle with this one, DEC, area of triangle DEC. Now children, we know that this side we want AE and EC. Okay, now in the first part I had taken AD and EN. Now I will take AE and DM. So therefore I will write half into AE into DM upon, what is area of DEC? Area of DEC is half into EC into DM. So I have substituted over here, you can check. So you know why I have taken over here half AD into EN, and here I have taken half AE into DM, because both are the areas of triangle ADE. As I told you before also, whichever we want, we can use it in the respective places. Now let us cancel half here and DM will cancel. So therefore I will get area of ADE upon area of triangle DEC is equal to now AE upon EC. Okay, 5, now 6. Now how will we prove that this part AD upon BD is equal to AE upon EC? This is what we had to prove. Now how will we prove that these parts are equal? When you look at equation 5 and equation number 6, see 5 and 6, ADE and AD is a common triangle. Now triangle BDE and triangle DEC, coming back to the diagram, BDE and DEC, both the triangles are lying on the same base and between the same parallels. So when the two triangles are lying on the same base and between the two parallels, they have equal area. Okay, so therefore I am going to write over here, but area of triangle, which one? BDE is equal to area of triangle, which one? DEC. Yes. As they lie on the same base, yes, and between the same parallels. Okay, now what does this mean? I hope you know the meaning of between this on the same base. So DE is the base and between the two parallels means DE and BC are parallel lines. So therefore these triangles, we can say they are lying on the same base and lying between the same parallels. So therefore now when you compare, therefore what we'll write, area of ADE upon area of BDE, yes, is equal to area of ADE and area of DEC. Now you know that these two parts are equal, and we have proved that area of BDE is equal to area of DEC. Therefore we can write, hence AD upon this one, AD upon BD or AD upon DB is equal to AD upon BD, it has the same meaning, is equal to what? AE upon EC. Check once more. AD upon DB or AD upon BD is equal to AE upon EC. AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. Okay, so this is what we have to prove. We'll write hence proved. Okay, so I hope this theorem is clear to you, that if first the statement is that if a line is drawn parallel to one side, okay, and this line is intersecting the two sides at two distinct points, then the ratio of the corresponding sides are same, or we can say that the two sides are corresponding sides are proportional to each other. So for that, as I told you, that the construction will be join B to E and C to D, shown over here, right? Then you draw two perpendiculars, DM and EN. Now when we consider triangle ADE, we know we apply the formula half into base into height, and for that we have two areas, and two areas will be half into AE into DM and half into AD into EN. For this AE, this will be the height. For AD, EN will be the height. Okay. Now similarly, coming to the next BDE, similarly DEC, we apply the same formula, and then what? We compare ADE, we compare with BDE, then ADE we compare with DEC. Okay, then we keep solving, and you know that as I told you that which over here I take the area of triangle AD is half AD into EN, and the second case I take half AE into DM, and then we prove that the two triangles are lying between the same parallels and lying on the same base, so they have equal area. Hence the two ratios or the two parts AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. Now today what you do, children, you will complete all this. You can write this in your notebook, okay, and learn, practice this proof, the first one, and then tomorrow I'm going to continue with the next part of the chapter. Okay, if you have any doubt you can ask me, and thank you now. Good morning, have a nice day.